The night was louder than thunder, a chaos of mortar fire, gunshots, and cries that seemed to tear the sky itself. Private Daniel Hayes pressed his back against a crumbled wall in the ruins of a deserted village. His unit had been scattered, and he was running low on ammunition. Smoke stung his eyes, and the metallic taste of fear sat heavy on his tongue. He thought of home, of his mother's kitchen, the old porch swing, the sound of laughter that seemed a lifetime away. War had a way of draining a man's soul until even memories seemed distant and pale. Daniel had always been tough, but that night he felt fragile, like one more blast could shatter him. His radio was silent, his men were gone, and he was alone in enemy territory. That's when he saw him. Out of the smoke, a figure walked calmly, as if the battlefield were nothing more than a quiet meadow. The man was tall, cloaked in a simple robe that seemed too white for the grime of war. He carried no weapon, yet bullets seemed to miss him. Daniel blinked, wondering if shock was finally breaking his mind. The figure approached slowly, the way one might approach a frightened animal. When he finally spoke, his voice carried a strange stillness that cut through the chaos. "Daniel," the stranger said, as though he had always known his name. The soldier froze. Who are you? How do you know my name?" The man smiled, and for a moment, Daniel swore the smoke parted around him. His eyes held a depth Daniel couldn't explain, like looking into the sky at night and realizing it had no end. "You're not meant to die here tonight," the stranger said softly. "You still have a purpose." Daniel's heart pounded, his hands shook against his rifle. This is insane. You need to get down before you're killed." But no bullet touched him. No explosion shook him. He simply extended a hand. "Come, I'll lead you to safety." Every part of Daniel screamed not to trust, yet something deeper, something unexplainable, compelled him forward. He rose, stumbling from cover, expecting at any second to feel hot lead tear through him. But as he followed the man through the ruins, the battlefield's chaos seemed muted, as if the world itself bent away from their path. They walked for what felt like hours but could only have been minutes. Each step away from death left Daniel trembling, yet a strange calm settled into him. Finally, they reached a stretch of road leading to the hills where friendly forces had retreated earlier. The man stopped. "This is where you continue alone." Daniel turned, desperate. "Wait, who are you? What is happening? Why help me?" The stranger's eyes softened. "Because one day, you will help someone who feels as lost as you do now. What you carry inside, compassion, courage, it is needed. Do not let this war harden it." For the first time in weeks, Daniel felt tears burn his eyes. He wanted to ask more, to beg for clarity, but before he could, the man stepped back into the smoke. And in an instant, he was gone. Daniel staggered down the road, half believing he had dreamt it. But hours later, when he collapsed into the arms of his fellow soldiers at camp, alive against all odds, he remembered the stranger's words. Years passed, and Daniel returned home. The war ended, but its scars never fully left him. Nightmares chased him, guilt haunted him, but he clung to one truth, that someone, or something, had walked into hell itself to save him. One winter evening, while walking home, Daniel heard sobs echoing from beneath a bridge. There, he found a boy, no older than 10, clutching a backpack and trembling in the cold. The boy had run from an abusive home and had nowhere to go. Daniel knelt, offering warmth and comfort, speaking the same words once spoken to him, "You're not meant to be lost tonight. You still have a purpose." The boy looked at him with wide, tearful eyes, the same way Daniel once looked at the stranger. And in that moment, Daniel understood. The angel hadn't just saved his life. He had passed a torch. Because sometimes angels walked into war zones. And sometimes, they left soldiers behind, not broken, but chosen.